Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in Montana. Now I do apologize to everybody again. I've had to record all of these in a single night, so I do apologize that maybe they're not quite to the standards that you guys appreciate, but they're going to be solid, fun, and I hope that you guys have enjoyed while I've been out working my butt off. But anyway, we are going to be trying to push off to the right side, and we're going to do everything we can to win this match, and this is going to be an interesting one from the enemy team's perspective. Namely, I don't understand why they end up doing the way they do. You'll see what I mean in a minute. But as I push off to the right, you'll notice we have a destroyer here, we have a cruiser here. The cruiser ends up being a Michelangelo, destroyer ends up being a Gearing, I think it's Gearing. But we're going to try to put ourselves off to the flank to limit who can shoot us. And you're going to get spotted pretty early, which is pretty normal on this map. Anytime a destroyer spawns across from you, you're basically going to be detected because you spawn too close to one another. But either way, as we try to push off to the right side, we are also going to get some spotting pretty early as well. An enemy Poison is going to get spotted. And I'll give credit where credit is due. This Poison actually ends up doing some interesting things that threw me off early in the match, for sure. But you'll see what I mean. But he's also not going to do a whole lot to help his team while doing it. So, not saying it's a good thing, but at least he's not completely like broadside and wasting everybody's time like usual. A lot of people do that, where they just sail broadside the entire time and don't care who sees them. But you'll see right off the bat, we've got a beautiful look at a broadside Poison, so we're going to go ahead and take the shot. We've got Arthas ready as well, so we go ahead and take that. But he's going to slow down, he's going to turn in, and all those shells are going to go high, which is real unfortunate. But again, it just shows the guy's paying attention. You can see I'm also paying attention as the other guy was shooting at me, and I dodged all his shells. So one good turn deserves another. See what I did there? But anyway, as Poison's kind of adjusting his speed a little bit, we're going to go ahead and try to aim more on our mass. Of course, as soon as we fire, the Z-52 gets spotted. Z-52 versus Gearing, I would say the Gearing has the advantage in that situation, unless the Z-52 gets himself into a smoke screen, is able to shoot the Gearing without being shot back. But generally speaking, I would give the Gearing the fight there. But as we slap the Poison, he's going to again be sailing in a straight line. We're going to go ahead and take him. He is just absolutely begging for it. He takes another shot at us. We're going to try to turn away here. Again, trying to limit how much damage we give the guy. But unfortunately, our shells don't do a whole lot. His shells actually, I think, did more damage in that salvo, despite only landing 2 of them. He did 2,500 per shell, so that's 5k damage. But you can see, Z-52, I just don't really have a shot. Michelangelo is now in a good position to shoot at the Z-52, but unfortunately, they let him go dark. So, yeah, not ideal. But we're going to go ahead and try to get a shot at the Poison. The Gearing is going to sail in a straight line, and he's going to wind up taking a torpedo, which is real unfortunate, because now there goes all of our spotting. But we do end up absolutely smashing the broadside of the Poison, including a Citadel, hitting him for over 40,000 damage, which is insane. That's just, you guys wonder why I love these ships. Like, it's just, the consistency, man. I'm telling you. When I shoot at people's broadsides, I want to know that they're going to get punished. But, unfortunately, everybody goes dark. Our Gearing is no longer spotting. Our Shima is coming over here to fight, and that is a fight that you usually don't want, is a Shima versus a Z-52, because Z-52 just has every advantage in that situation. But we do have a Michelangelo here. Unfortunately, Michelangelo's behind an island, so he can't really shoot or spot or anything. But at least he's capturing a base. So there's that. Poison is actually going to be kind of annoying out here on the edge, but he's not really a threat, so I'm not even going to worry about him. I'm more focused on the Iwami at this point, or the Destroyer if he gets spotted. So you can see I'm kind of hesitating on who I want to shoot at. The Z-52 never ends up getting himself spotted, so we just take a shot at the Iwami. Our teammates are actually in a pretty good position to crossfire this flank, which is nice, because You don't generally get that kind of support, and this is why it's important to like try to hold your side, because we're forcing these guys to respect the outside flank. Our guys in the middle are just able to tee off on these guys, and watch the Iwami's health here as he's just broadside to everyone in the middle. This is why creating crossfires is important. This is why I talk about it all the time. Win your side, because you're always going to have crossfires if you're trying to fight your side of the map. Now, we lose a gun here temporarily. It's not that big a deal. I don't want to use the damage con to get my gun back because I'm assuming that the enemy destroyer is still ready to torp me. Iwami comes out. He looks like he's going to make it a big turn. So I end up taking a little bit of damage here to get a full broadside away. Unfortunately, he doesn't actually turn. He turns back in, and we end up ricocheting all the shells off his belt. I think we pinned a couple into his turret, but either way, we didn't do any damage. So up to this point, you can see he's just getting shredded by whoever's shooting him from the middle, which I think is the Preußen actually coming over to our flank now. And I don't know why the Preußen is coming over. He had plenty of shots from where he's at, but yeah. Either way, I'm not going to complain about extra help because I'm usually the one that says we ain't got no help. So I'm never going to complain that we have too much help. But the Iwami goes down. I honestly thought the Iwami was going to torpedo the destroyer in the smoke screen next to him. And it's at this point, I believe, that the enemy Z-52 makes a pretty big mistake trying to get us. And this is why I was kind of pushing all the way to the border. I did not want the Z-52 to get around me, right? We want to keep him in front of us, and we get to a point where we're actually able to spot him, and we've got the guns on the way, and we're able to take him out. Bringing us up to 70,000 damage. Preußen's going to get another shot at us. Again, it's not really that dangerous. He'll take a couple of chip shots, but he's not really worrying me a whole lot. And he's in a kiting position. Now, here's where I'm going to disagree with my destroyer specifically. There's no reason for the destroyer to go out after this Preußen. None. There are other people on the map that could use his spotting. And when you're chasing something from behind in a destroyer, you've almost certainly got to put yourself in a really bad position in order to guarantee the hits, which means you're going to get spotted up close and personal, which is never good. He is going to take a shot at our Michelangelo. You can see I'm already trying to maneuver myself backwards across the map because, again, Preußen has not shown me one thing that has shown me that he's going to hurt me. Like, he's chipped me a couple of times, but other than that, he's not doing a whole lot. He's in the secondaries of the Michelangelo, so he's getting chipped pretty good by those. The Shima is charging him. You can see Shima's spotted because the secondaries are shooting at him. I'm going to try to chip his superstructure a little bit on my way out, but not getting the best RNG in the world. Getting a lot of dispersion there where the shells are spreading apart. Not ideal. But he's not long for this world, either way. Michelangelo should be able to easily kill him, and if not, the Shima's going to be able to kill him from behind because he's just not shot the Shima at all. You would think in this situation that the Preußen would be trying to kill the Shimakaze to help his team out the most. Like, get rid of that destroyer, and that gives your team the advantage. But he never even takes a shot at the destroyer, and instead ends up just getting run down, and between the Michelangelo, me, and the destroyer, he's going to go down. Now, look at how much damage he ends up getting out of this. Nothing, right? Like, so the Shima gave up all of his hit points and ended up chasing a guy completely off the map for all of about 2,000 or 3,000 damage. Not the best play, right? Fortunately, our battleships that were in the middle, they're still in the middle. They're going in to try to capture the Bravo cap. Their enemy destroyer is still alive over there, so they've got to be careful. I'm trying to maneuver myself in a position for crossfires, just like they had a crossfire when I was shooting the guys on my side. Now, if they get into a fight on their side, I should have a pretty good crossfire to help them out. This is what crossfires are all about. Now, the enemy has decided to wrap all the way around behind us, but now they've put themselves in a position where everybody can shoot them. This is not what you want, especially with cruisers. When the entire enemy team is all battleships, you do not want to put yourself in a position where all of the battleships can shoot you. Limit who can shoot you. Now, I know that they're down on points. We're trying to capture the bases, but again, you got to be smart in these situations. You can't throw away all your hit points like this. And you can see I'm already targeting the Henri here because I knew the Michelangelo was dead. Everybody else shoots the Michelangelo, and then I get a beautiful look at this Henri who is just absolutely begging for it. A teammate does hit the Henri. We're going to give him the Arthas treatment, though, just to make sure. And that's it. Down he goes. Like, I don't know what he was thinking he was going to get away with, but both those cruisers just threw away all of their health in all of about 40 seconds. It was enough for me to fire at one and then reload and fire at the other. That's how long it took for 2 cruisers that were full health to lose all of their health. All because they just decided to YOLO in on a couple of battleships, and they put themselves in a crossfire between every single battleship on our team. Right? Not ideal. Now, you could be like, well, Spartan, their team was dead. What do you want them to do? Just play smarter. You gotta try. Like, Shima's clearly here, right? Like, he's going to try to do things for his team. But now that he has no support from the cruisers, all that he's got is himself and a GK, and the GK is all the way on the edge of the map, as you can see by his last known position. He was all the way around the edge of the map. So we're going to put ourselves in position so that if the GK does come back, we're able to shoot him, hopefully. And we're also going to try to put ourselves in position to counter the destroyer. Now, our cruiser that's next to us, and the Michelangelo, starts shooting us, and he's going to get a little bit too close, which is going to change what I'm able to do here. I don't think it really ends up impacting a whole lot, but just one of those annoyances that I have as a battleship. Like, you got the whole ocean to sail in. Do you have to be right on top of me? And he ends up torping me and shooting me and everything. I don't know who it is. I didn't look at the name. But it's just one of those situations like, dude, there are still people alive. Like, we still have things to do. And now you're, like, bundling up on top of me. Like, I'm not going to be able to maneuver my ship the way I want. Like, it's just not ideal, right? So just keep your distance. Like, even if you recognize me, just keep your distance. The game's not over until it's over. But yeah, as you're about to see, I have to slow down, let this guy go past. Now we've got Shima Torps coming in from the bow. This is what I'm talking about with being able to maneuver my ship, right? GK is coming in front of the island, so we're going to try to aim here. We're going to aim high for the superstructure. I'm hoping that I can avoid taking a torpedo, but at this point, I couldn't care less if I take a torp. One torp isn't the end of the world, but I'm pretty sure that I can dodge this, and we do slip right past it. You can see Shima's working his way around to the right side of me again. And I got to give credit where credit is due. The destroyer is finally getting back into play, and he doesn't even bother going after the battleship, which is great. He actually tries to put himself between me and the cruiser or the destroyer, which is perfect. But GK is about to come around the corner. He is absolutely begging for it. I learned my lesson from the shot in the Vermont. I take my time this time. We make sure that we're going to land a good hit, and we have a beautiful look at him. And unfortunately, Arthas goes down, but we still slap that man's broadside. You can see the destroyer is now rubbing off my bow as well, which is not ideal. So that's two of the two people that were next to me going across the front of my ship. But I again give credit where credit is due. His mind's in the right place. He's trying to put himself between me and the destroyer, which is what a screening destroyer should do, right? It's called screening for a reason. Navies do it. It doesn't matter. You put your little ship that's agile out in between the threat and your big ship so that you can spot torpedoes or spot enemy destroyers or U-boats or whatever. That's what you do. It's called screening. And the destroyer was firing his guns and now got spotted coming around. So our destroyer flanks and goes out wide to catch the destroyer as he comes around the corner. And I'm about to screw the pooch here. Fortunately, I only fired one, but I wasn't sure it could get over the island. It did get over the island, but the Shima ends up turning away. We missed both the front guns, so I've got to really wait for a good shot here with the rear turrets of Justice and Truth. And that looks much better as we go rotor-rooter action right through the prop shaft, taking him down, getting us our 4th kill. Again, not a lot of damage today, a lot of really fast games, but this one was a fun one just to showcase like some of the goofy decisions people make as well as good positioning and the difference between the Vermont and the Montana in terms of being able to move around the map. We basically patrolled the entire map. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Did you enjoy it? And if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.